Zach, let's talk first a bit about the genesis. When did the idea of having Batman and Superman, and kind of as antagonists, also come up?
Yeah, it was funny because we talked about right after Man of Steel, we were like, oh, let's do like maybe we'll do a Brainiac movie or like one of these other. And I was like, do we really want to do another like alien invasion? It's just like a teeny bit. And then as we were talking about it, we talked about like, oh, maybe we'll do it. And then at the end of the movie, you'd see like Bruce Wayne like getting this like shipment of kryptonite in the last scene, right? That was like how it started, the conversation. And I was like, well, that's cool. That's good. What if? And then we started talking about like, okay, what if Batman was in the movie and he was sort of watching Superman kind of from a distance? And then I was like, well, okay, if we're gonna do that, they need to fight each other. And then once you say it and sort of put it out, you can't take it back because there's no other. Like, okay, no, you know who's cooler than Batman is there's nobody. So that's kind of how it started. And then once we had Batman in the movie, we knew, I kind of pretty much knew if the universe could support a Superman and Batman, then it could support the rest of the Justice League.
But for a fan like you, I mean, what was it like to have three of the most iconic superheroes and two of the most iconic villains in the same movie?
Yeah, I guess it's a dream come true. It's like in a weird way, even just in the camera test, when I was just like look at the three of them, I was like, this is right. It felt right. Because there was, I think after doing Watchmen, and sort of dealing in that big sort of metaphors, with those big icons, even though they're like, to the rest of the world, maybe those guys, Night Owl or Dr. Manhattan, aren't as famous as Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. To me, because I love that book so much, they are. And so now when you sort of switch that, take that aesthetic or that sort of those sensibilities and really focus them now on the actual, like the big three, it's a cool, it's like you got to know the rules before you break them kind of a thing. And I think that's how it worked out for me anyway.
I think Ben is great as Batman. What do you think he brought to the role?
Ben brings Ben's an amazing Bruce Wayne. Probably, I would argue, probably the best Bruce Wayne ever. And then by proxy, Batman. And he does, because our Bruce Wayne is not pretending, like to be broken. You know what I mean? Like his sort of the monk warrior. He's not the monk warrior. He's really, the pain is real all the time. And so being a playboy is a way of hiding pain, like sort of, or dealing with it when he's not Batman. And so that was like what I think Ben really kept that. And also he's at an amazing place, even just when I point the camera at him, just what he looks like, just like he's a big movie star finally, in like that kind of confident way that you don't have to try, just charisma, and it's all like immediate.
And Jesse Eisenberg at Lex Luthor, that's great. And that was your idea.
Yeah, and Jesse, I met with Jesse for something else, and then for another part in the movie, and we just talked, and then when he left, I was like, maybe Jesse's Lex Luthor, like maybe Jesse is Lex, because he's like a modern Lex, he becomes even more diabolical in some ways, because I love the one thing that Jesse does, I think that's really interesting, is like when you meet Lex for the first time, you're like, oh, he's a little bit of a joke, he's kind of campy and not really that serious, and I'm not as sure what he's up to. But then by the end, you realize like he's like deeply philosophical and like an incredible manipulator, and like the whole, just the power that he has is it's cool. I really like what he did.
And you're introducing Wonder Woman. I thought Gal also did a great job there.
Yeah, Gal, really I think broke all of our hearts on the movie, and like she's able to go toe to toe with everybody, even in that scene with Ben in the museum. She's so strong, and like there's no like, oh, Bruce Wayne and Diana Prince, like, you need a pretty strong actress to stand up to him, and she just has no problem with him, and I love that.
So just to wrap it up, we can make the next one shorter. What should the public expect from this film?
I think they need to expect, if they go to the movie, which is fine, just like, oh, I'm going to see Batman fight Superman. That's a great way to go to the movie, because the movie's a lot more than Batman fighting Superman. And so I think that you're going to get that, of course, but you're going to get more, I hope.